The psychology of students who become rich early. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll study properly. Tomorrow you'll build that skill. Tomorrow you'll take money seriously. But tomorrow keeps moving. And deep down, you're scared that the disciplined, focused, wealthy version of you is someone you're just not built to become. But what if early wealth has less to do with intelligence and more to do with psychology? And what if the students who become rich early aren't more talented, just wired differently, on purpose? Let's break that down. Problem deep dive. The hidden student pattern. Most students don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because their brain is overloaded. Assignments, social pressure, part-time jobs, comparison on social media. You open your laptop to work. 5 minutes later, you're watching something unrelated. You promise yourself you'll lock in after one more scroll, but your brain is chasing something else. Dopamine. Short bursts of stimulation feels safer than long-term uncertainty. Behavioral psychology calls this present bias. The brain overvalues immediate rewards and undervalues distant gains. Now connect that to money. Becoming financially ahead early requires delayed gratification, consistent skill building, tolerating boredom, risk tolerance, identity confidence. Those are not natural for a stressed student brain. So what happens? You procrastinate on learning high-income skills. You avoid uncomfortable networking. You hesitate to invest in yourself. And slowly, you start telling yourself a story. Maybe I'm just average. That story shapes decisions. Decisions shape identity. Identity shapes income. And here's the dangerous part. The longer you delay disciplined action, the more your brain associates effort with pain. That's not a motivation problem, that's conditioning. But here's where it gets interesting. Students who become rich early aren't immune to distraction. They just understand something most people don't. And it starts with reframing. Reframe, you're not broken. If you struggle with focus, with procrastination, with burnout, you are not weak. Your brain is protecting you from uncertainty, from failure, from social rejection. Evolution didn't design you to build wealth at 19. It designed you to survive in tribes. Money is abstract. Approval is immediate. So your brain prioritizes what feels socially safe. The students who grow financially early don't fight their brain. They redesign their environment, so their brain works for them. That's the shift. And to understand that shift, you need to understand the mechanism, psychological mechanism, why some students accelerate. Imagine your brain as a prediction machine. Its job is simple. Avoid pain, seek reward, conserve energy. Now here's the key principle. The brain repeats what reduces uncertainty. If scrolling reduces uncertainty about boredom, it repeats it. If studying increases uncertainty about failure, it avoids it. Students who become rich early hack this prediction loop. Let's break it down with a mental model. Brain, the identity thermostat model. Your brain has a thermostat for identity. If you believe you're just a student trying to pass, your behavior stays within that range. But if you believe you're a future investor or a builder, your decisions subtly change. Personality psychology calls this self-concept theory. Your self-concept filters opportunity. Example, 2 students see a business competition. One thinks, that's not for people like me. The other thinks, that's uncomfortable, but that's who I'm becoming. Same event, different identity thermostat, different future income. Early wealth is not a financial strategy first. It's an identity shift first. But how do you build that identity? Not with affirmations, with behavior. That's a reversal most people never experience. And there's one more layer. Social identity engineering. Humans copy their tribe. Mirror neurons activate when we observe behavior. If everyone around you is broke and complaining, your brain normalizes that pattern. Students who become rich early intentionally change exposure. What to do? Follow builders. Join skill communities. Limit peer environments that normalize stagnation. Why it works? Social proof reduces perceived risk. If your brain sees others winning, wealth feels attainable, not abstract. Real-life example. Instead of spending evenings complaining with friends, you spend 1 hour inside a digital community of creators. Your standard shifts. Your actions follow. And now something powerful happens. Make boredom your advantage. Most people avoid boredom, but boredom is cognitive space. Default mode network activity increases during boredom. This network supports future planning and creative thinking. Students who get rich early use boredom strategically. What to do? Walk without headphones. Sit without stimulation for 10 minutes daily. Why it works. Your brain integrates long-term strategy during low-input states. Real-life example. Your business idea forms during silence, not scrolling. Stillness is underrated capital. Integration, the builder identity model. Let's tie this together. Early wealth psychology is not about hustle. It's about becoming a builder. A builder thinks in skill cycles, trains discomfort tolerance, rewards progress, engineers environment, protects cognitive space. This is one mental model. Income follows identity. Identity follows repeated behavior. Behavior follows environment. Change the environment. Behavior shifts. Identity upgrades. Income compounds. No hype, just behavioral mechanics. Quiet, empowering, close. You are not behind. You are not incapable. You are just running an old psychological program. And programs can be rewritten, not overnight, but daily. The students who become rich early don't wait to feel ready. They train readiness. They train focus. They train discomfort. They train identity. And slowly, the gap between who they are and who they could become starts shrinking. Maybe wealth isn't about money at first. Maybe it's about control. Control over attention. Control over impulses. Control over identity. And once you control those, money becomes a byproduct. If this shifted something in you, subscribe, not for motivation, but for understanding. Because once you understand the mind, you stop fighting yourself and start building.